What is a community? Is it a cup of tea shared with a friend? Or the hand someone lends when you're down? Or the places you go within your hometown? Is it the people you talk to online? Rather the ones assigned to us because of where we live? Or a community is the things we actively do? But maybe the most important thing is what a community is to you.
It's kind of like a family, really. Like it like allows you to be different.
Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow go straight to my lover's heart for me, for me. Cupid, please hear my cry.
I think community is more of a feeling than anything else, and you can't really describe it. Someone anonymous told us for them it's religion and their church. For other peers, it's our creative university and the people they meet along the way. And who's to say it has to be physical? Poets are connected through poetry. Perhaps they're not acquainted, but they're aware through words, similarly to musicians. And then back when we were just children, or young, weren't we all a part of a community as well? The playground was all ours.
People.
Where I live.
Like a group of people.
Living in peace.
Happiness.
A collective identity.
I suppose it's both positive and negative in a way. Because it's positive as in like they can be like a good community, but then not everyone might feel like they fit in a community, I suppose.
The positive thing. As long as it's a good, well, nice community. Obviously there's bad communities as well, isn't there? But if we're talking about around here, I'd consider it a good community, so a positive thing, yeah.
I think it's positive if you're thinking about, society and that whole idea of togetherness. Yeah.
I think mostly positive, unless it's like a way of kind of closing off people from like the outside world, if that makes sense.
Positive. I think it allows people to be themselves and build upon other people's experiences, and I think it's positive.
So what happens when people come together for negative reasons instead? Does the definition of community still relate to them?
O'Brien looks inside the provocative far-right group Britain First, who have been invading mosques across England.
Terrorist scum! Off the street!
Yeah, I think they are, even though they are obviously, well, again, in my opinion, negative. Yeah, I think they are communities.
Suppose.
There's a dichotomy there. They are, in the sense that they're like-minded people with a common aim, but maybe not in the sense that their aims aren't for the betterment of... Well, that might just be my opinion, I don't know. I can't say what's valid or not, but they are and they aren't.
It's a very difficult question because you've got to look at ISIS and things like that. So if they come together as a community, then clearly we don't need them as a community, because what that would do is perpetuate their motives, which are very violent and very aggressive, so you wouldn't want that. I'm very happy to have a community that doesn't share my values, but if those values are against common decency, then I couldn't approve of that, no matter. Then I think they lose their right to have a community.
No, I don't think that's the way that we should deal with it, because then I think if that's what they think, they're going to just, find a way to do what they want to do, whether or not we're trying to stop them.
Because if we do that, then when's it going to stop? When are we going to say? Who's to say if it's bad or not?
Does it bring us together for a common belief, or separate us into groups to judge each other, only to discover that we might have some similarities we never thought about? only for us to be involved with who we are just like, so we create preconceived ideas of who they are and what they like, and how they're so unlike us. So instead of growing into something great, are we stunted? Caged in by walls built up? Or maybe it's less about communities individually, but as a whole, and being able to find a group with a shared goal